DeMeco, you told us after the game that the run defense was mainly tackling, and you made a schematic change to control them in the fourth quarter. Are you worried about the run defense after one bad game?
Yeah, our tackling was not good versus the Colts, and it showed up. Right, not concerned about what happened there in the running game. I just know we can play better overall when it comes to how we play our technique up front, starting with the defensive line, also with our linebackers and second-level defenders, like being in better position to tackle and swarming. We had one too many times where it was just one guy, and Taylor, also awesome player, and we knew it going in, made one guy miss, and he was able to create explosives on us time after time. So we just have to be better of swarming the football, but it starts with tackling, right? It wasn't good enough, and we have to improve it this week.
Is that what happened in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, fourth quarter, I felt like guys got more knocked back. We were able to make some stops there in the run game, but overall, it wasn't us in the run game, and that's why I think the coach stayed after it. Right, we had a lot of leaky yardage in the run game, so we have to fix that going against the Browns this week. They're a really good offensive line, really good run unit, so we have to be prepared to stop the run.
From day one, how did you feel like you instilled your leadership style, your standard as far as what you expected from the guys, and how would you describe your leadership approach?
Yeah, for me, when you talk about my leadership approach, it's all about, right, positive reinforcement. It's all about positive energy. It's all about just getting better one day at a time, and that's what I tried to instill in all of our guys, is just a get better mentality, and I think our guys have taken that on. We've gotten better from day one. Each and every week we've gotten better. Always things to improve on, things to clean up. But all I want our guys is just continue to do their best and strive to get better every single day.
Coach, do you feel like this team has exceeded expectations by making the playoffs and being able to win the AFC South?
And for me, what are the expectations, right? Every team that lines up on every team that starts the season, your expectations have to be to get into the playoffs and have an opportunity to win it all. That's why you play the game. And, I don't know any other expectation. When you're a competitor, right, that's why you compete. And that's, we continue to do our best and work the right way, and we'll have an opportunity, and that's what our guys did. And we're here with our opportunity now.
DeMeco, what does it mean to you to have orchestrated such a remarkable turnaround in just 1 year, especially as a first-year coach?
Yeah, for me, I'm proud of our guys. It's our first year, so I don't know about the turnaround. It's our first year together as the 2023 Texans, and our guys have done a great job this year.
Hey, Coach, when you even though this team is going to be a little bit more healthier playing against the Browns this time around, when you go back and take a look at the film, what are some of the intangibles you feel that this team needs to improve in order to advance to the next round?
For us, looking back at our first game versus the Browns, it was a lot of self-inflicted penalties. We made big plays. They were negated by penalties or just mishaps on our part. So, again, we have to play clean football versus a really good team. You can't go out and make mistakes, right, or they'll capitalize on it, and they've shown that time after time. And that's on the defensive side. We gave up too many explosive passes. And Amari had an outstanding game. Watching it again, he had some of the best catches I've seen all year, right? Even though guys were in coverage and in position, he still made unbelievable catches. He had an outstanding game. So we have to be in position to cover him better. We have to be able to make plays, right, to get off the field on third down as well.
Was anything in the Colts game from y'all's pass defense and y'all's coverage that you feel like y'all can apply moving forward into the playoffs specifically?
Yeah, with our pass defense, we just have to continue to play together, right? It starts with our guys up front putting pressure on the quarterback, but also at the back end, guys just being where they're supposed to be, playing off of each other, right, and just being great communicators on the back end. And we have that, right? We have an opportunity.
DeMeco, so many of your players have talked about the level of trust that they have in one another, the belief that they have in one another. How fundamental was that to what you tried to instill in this team from day one? And if it was, how did you get that done to the point where their trust in one another is now 100%?
Yeah, trust comes from when you see each other execute, right? You see the work that guys put in throughout the week. You have to earn that trust, and that's one thing I'm all about, is earning everything that you get. You have to earn it, right? Whether it's a playing time, whatever it is, you have to earn it. Playing time, trust, you go earn it, and you show it by the way you practice, and guys see that, and that spurns the belief in one another because guys see each other execute on a day-to-day basis. They see each other make plays in games, and that drives that belief in our entire team.
DeMeco, can you talk about any of the injury situation, anything new on Noah Brown or Jonathan Greenard?
Nothing new right now. We'll see where our guys end up by the end of the week. Hopefully we get some guys back. Hopefully they continue to progress. But we would love to have some of our guys back to help us. We need all the guys we can get. We would love to have them back.
Do you compare this title to your first one in 2011?
It's a special one. You know, it's special to win the division, right? And that's always the goal, right? You know, you win a division, you're in the playoffs, so that's a goal each and every year, right? Just to get started into the into the postseason. So, you know, we're proud of that accomplishment, right? Proud of the work that our guys put in throughout the year, and they went out and they earned it, right? It wasn't pretty all throughout the year, but they earned it, and I'm happy the way we earned it. There were a lot of tough, gritty wins, a lot of learning lessons and some losses, but we've grown throughout the year, and I feel like we're much better. I talked about all throughout the year of us learning how to win. I feel like we've done that, and we have valuable experience, right, that'll carry us throughout these playoffs.
How did you take in yesterday's game, the Titans Jaguars game? Did y'all already take care of business the day before? Like, give us set the scene. Like, what were you doing? How did you take it in? What were your emotions once it was clear y'all won the division?
Yeah, for me, we were just sitting at home with the family, with my wife and kids. We're sitting on the couch watching the game, just like everyone else. And, you know, when I turned the game on, it was kind of like, I think maybe late in the third quarter, and the Jags started making a few plays. And I said, maybe I should turn this off. But stayed with it, kept watching the game, and Tennessee, they played a really good game there, made some plays to win, and we're excited. I'm jumping up and down with my kids, excited, you know, that we were able to win the division thanks to the Titans getting the win. So excited, man, jumping around, just an exciting moment for me and my family to share that together.
How did the team, I guess, everybody saw when you guys did the division, but what was that message amongst the team when it was clear that you guys did win the division? What was that message among the entire group?
Yeah, there was no message from me, right? It's you win a division, all right, now it's everybody know, okay, now who we're playing. I think that's what everybody was focused on, who would be the next opponent, where we have to go, right? That's where everybody's focus was, but the message, man, it's back to work, right? It's back to work. Let's put the work in. We know we have the Browns coming in here, really tough opponent. We got to go put the work in and find a way to win, whatever it takes. Yeah, having CJ, having your starting quarterback always gives you a chance to win. So we're excited to have him.
DeMeco, you have these guys in such a great place mentally. It's like they're happy with their accomplishment, but they are still so hungry, and that's not an easy thing to do, you know, to get everybody in that place mentally to really do that.
Yeah, our guys understand our goals and what we set out to accomplish. As I mentioned earlier, like just as true competitors as we all are, right? And we talk about all the time, we didn't come this far just to come this far. Yeah, everybody's excited, happy about the division. I mean, that's congrats. Now we have to move on. We have to continue to play football and go win games in the playoffs. That's what it's about.
When you look at the X-Men mentality, especially when it comes to the development of younger players, a guy like Christian Harris comes and steps up in the pass rushing department, gets a big sack against Gardner Minshew. As a former linebacker, where have you seen his biggest growths, and more importantly, how has he continued to take on that leadership role for the defense?
Christian has truly developed all throughout the entire year. Right? He's gotten better each week. Right? He's become more comfortable with what we're asking him to do. He's playing much faster. He's playing physical. He's playing mean. Like, I love his tenacity out on the field. I think when it comes to just playing ability in the passing game, he's making plays there, whether it's sacks, getting after the quarterback, or attacking the ball when he's in coverage. But also just the way he's tackling, right? The physical nature of his tackling, like it's grown, and he's done a really great job of, I think, showing up and making impact plays for us. And that's where Christian has truly grown, and I'm very proud of Christian, right, to see his growth throughout the entire year, see him develop into a quality starting linebacker making plays for us.
In the last game, Nico had about 95 and touchdown. But obviously, most of the other receivers didn't really do that much in the past from a production standpoint, outside of the little nuance thing that CJ mentioned. But against the Browns, who have really good defensive backs, how imperative would it be for the other receivers to get involved, knowing that if everything is just going to Nico, how that could stall against a really, really good Browns defense like that?
Yeah, you talk about our passing game with Nico, CJ, playmakers. In the position we're in now, the game we're in, like, we just have to find a way to move the ball, right? To me, yeah, Nico has done an outstanding job this entire year. He deserves a ton of credit for the season that he's had, a career year. He's shown up every single week and made play after play, whether he's double covered, it doesn't matter. Like, he showed up with a willingness and a want to, right, to be that leading receiver for us, and he did that. And he deserves a ton of credit for that. If anytime you have more guys who can make plays, it's a plus for us. And we would like many more guys to step up and make plays for us. But at the end of the day, however you get it done, you get it done. No matter if it's Nico, right, no matter who it is catching the football, right, we just have to find a way to get the win.
So during the regular season, it's, if something happens a week prior, you could always tell the team, okay, we'll do better next game, or we can improve on next game. Now you're in a position to where there is, if you lose this game, there is no next game. What is your message to them going into the weekend? Does it change any from what you told them last week about the win or go home and the magnitude of that?
Yeah, our message hasn't changed since our last game versus the Titans. So we've been in this mode. We've been in playoff mode for the past 2 weeks. So our message, our mode hasn't changed, and our guys understand where we are. They understand what we have to do.
You talked about all year from camp, like that your focus was the next game, execution, getting better, and not getting ahead of yourselves. Has that, I guess, mindset help you and the team at this point to be focused and not let the moment be too big for you?
Right, when it comes to the focus and these, big moments that externally, right, they become big moments, and a lot of people there'll be more coverage, there'll be more camera, there'll be more people attentive to what we're doing, but our focus doesn't change. Our preparation doesn't change, and that's what allows you to be consistent. It allows you to go out and execute because, as I always say, when the ball is snapped, nobody cares who's covering it, how many interviews you've done, right, how many people are watching. No one cares. Truly, the only thing that matters when that ball is snapped is, are you executing? Are you playing relentless? Are you finishing the way we like to finish? Right, and if you do that, then everything else takes care of itself. Then there'll probably be another big game coming. But it doesn't change. You don't change who you are because of the moment. Continue to be the same team that we've been. Continue to work, right, how we've worked. Just stay humble and continue to work, and we'll be lifted up if we do things the right way.
You say it's an improvement league. Where do you see your team has improved in some areas?
Say that again, bud.
You say it's an improvement league. Where do you see your team? Where do you see the improvement?
Overall, I would say just our improvements, just overall as a team, just when I say learning how to win games, right? Learning how to win tough games, tight games. Like, that's what this league is all about, and our team has done that throughout the course of the entire year. We've gotten better. Situational football, we've just gotten better, played smarter, played cleaner, and that's what allowed us to be in the position we're in right now.
To me, it's the same message from the day you were hired, before you even met the players, about getting better in the game, et cetera, every day. You've been on a lot of teams when you played, coached, that didn't get the message. What's so special about this group of players that it has followed on your message of getting better every day?
What's special about our group and the messaging is, their love for football, right, and their love to compete and their love to improve. And when you have guys who play and they show up with that mindset that, I see if I get better, right, that's going to put us all in a better position. It'll improve all of our conditions if we continue to just stay focused on the small things, right? The big things will take care of themselves, and that's how the guys that we brought in, the guys that we have on our team, right, it's their mindset, is what allowed the message to come to life, right? And they're the only reason why we're here, right? By them going out, playing together, right? Continue to build that continuity, right, amongst each other, becoming a tight team, lock in the locker room, right, away from the building, not just on the field, but becoming a tighter team has allowed us to thrive and be in the position we're in right now.
After the game, Coach, after the game, the cameras caught you in the hallway, showing some emotions. Can you just take us through what you were going through at that time?
Yeah, I was there in the hallway just congratulating every player that walked in. And then just took a moment to just reflect, just a moment of prayer and just thankfulness, gratefulness just for being able to be in this position to lead this team, right, to lead this special group of young men, right, and for us to accomplish, right, what we set out to accomplish of getting that spot in the playoffs. Right? I know how much it meant to each and every one of our players, each and every one of our support staff. Right, it meant a lot to everyone in our entire organization. So that moment, just a moment of gratitude and prayer, just thankful.
Last game you had Nico, 95 touchdown, but you also had Dalton Schultz who came through that big plays. Just with the mentality of getting to the next play against a defense like Cleveland, how important is it to be able to have a fullback and a tight end that can get you to that next play set up for another opportunity?
Yeah, no matter who gets the football, fullback, tight end, running back, it's about creating positive yardage. It's about staying on schedule, staying ahead of the chains, and that's what we didn't do the first game. We got behind the chains. We were in second and long, third and long too often, right? And you're playing against the top defense in the league, and you're in second and long a lot. It's not going to go in your favor very much. So whatever it takes, however we have to get it done, we just have to continue to generate positive yardage.
We've got time for a couple more.
No, CJ mentioned that the first time he worked out with Nico, he thought he was going to be a superstar. I'm wondering, when was the first time you really thought he was special, and how have you seen him handle this responsibility and the increased attention that he's got?
Yeah, I mean, I know you guys can go back to my OTA interviews and training camp. I've constantly talked about Nico and the plays that he's made, and that hasn't changed since OTAs. I know I keep saying that, and everybody's probably looking at me like, oh, you guys don't have receivers, or you guys don't have – like, Nico has been doing this since OTAs and training camp, and he hasn't changed. His mindset hasn't changed. He's been the same guy no matter if he catches whatever, 9 passes for 195, or he catches 2, he hasn't changed. He's been the same guy. He's a big-time playmaker for us, and he shows up every single day. He hasn't changed who he is. He still shows up in a humble manner. He shows up, and he works hard every day at practice, and that's why he continues to get better. He continues to show up in the games.
DeMeco,
We're closing with Matt, DJ.
You had a front row seat to see what Joe Flacco can do, but when you watch this guy, are you amazed? I mean, what do you thought when you see Flacco in action?
Flacco has done a really, really great job, leading this team to only be there for about a month now. Just see how much trust they have in him, seeing the plays that he's able to make in the play-action passing game, the shot plays down the field, the accuracy, right? They're doing a great job of protecting him. He's doing an unbelievable job, right? And he's the reason why they're in the position that they're in, right? Because he's made a ton of plays for them. Hasn't surprised me because Joe has done it for a long time throughout his entire career. So he hasn't surprised me one bit with the plays that he's been able to make.
CJ and Nico, they rightfully get a lot of the credit, but how valuable has Laramie Tunsil been to being that blindside protector for CJ in his rookie season?
Yeah, for CJ and Nico to make the plays that they make, like, none of us get the success or get the recognition based on just ourselves, right? CJ, Nico get a lot of attention, but they can't complete those passes if you don't have protection. So with our offensive line and what they've done the entire year, shuffling a lot of different guys in and out, right? It all starts with the protection. And Laramie has been a guy he's helped us a ton with protection, right? He can block a lot of guys one-on-one, and you can send help elsewhere. And when you have a guy like that, it truly helps the entire offense. So Laramie has done a great job, but it's also the entire offensive line. Every man that stepped in there this entire year has done a great job of holding it down, protecting CJ and giving him an opportunity, right, to complete the passes that he's made downfield.
Nico, you talked last week about working with Nick and how Nick's been throughout the season. How have the McNairs been working with you? Just from not just off season, but just during the season.
Yeah, the McNair family has been awesome. Right, you talk about support from the ownership. They've been outstanding with their support. Right, whatever we've asked, whatever we've needed from their end, they've been open arms, and it's truly like one of the reasons why chose to come here is just they want to create that family environment, and that's what it's truly felt like. It's felt like family from day one, and they've shown that throughout the entire year. Right, they're with us right through the ups and downs. They're with us, right, and it's very important to have an ownership group who truly cares not only about the wins and losses, but they care about the people in the organization. I think that's what sets the McNair family apart from others because they have truly gracious hearts, really great family, great people, and it's a joy to work with them.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you guys.